Hi everyone, welcome to Adventures with Raven and Rowley. I'm Raven, this is Rowley. For the previous 5 years we've lived in an RV full time, in a Class A, and then a fifth wheel. We've lived full time in a converted 6x12 cargo trailer now for the past going on 9 months. Amazing, amazing. Okay. Last week I talked about silver lining learning, or hindsight is 2020. You know, this week I'll talk about my upcoming new year. You know, I've always said, and I kind of firmly believe, that the gods laugh when you make plans. You know, if you're curious, please join us on this journey and continue to watch. I made plans. I made plans that I was going to go to that I'm going to the WRTR for 2 weeks. The RTR starts on the WRTR, the women's group, starts on January 7th for a week, and then a week after that is the mixed group. After the 2 weeks at the RTR, I'm going to go see my land. I plan to stay for 2 weeks because I can stay a maximum of 15 days without a permit. After that, the world is open to travel. Finally. I've got a dread sticking up. Okay. Anyway, finally. 3 things happened on the same Tuesday. I can't remember if it was just before Thanksgiving or just after Thanksgiving, the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. I think it was the Tuesday after. Anyway, my wife passed, and I had made a video about saying that I wasn't making a video that week. We were separated, so I didn't find out for a month after her death until the funeral hall called me, because I had to sign all of the paperwork and make all of the phone calls and whatnot to release her body to her family, you know. I had to call Social Security. I called 3 times. You have to call to make an appointment, which is okay. I mean, except there are, as they tell you, 50 million people on Social Security. You can imagine if 0.5% were calling every day, you know. Anyway, I called Social Security. I called 3 times. First time I was on for 45 minutes, was on hold, and then it disconnected. The next time I called, it was on hold again for 45 minutes, and their computer was down. So they told me to call back in 2 weeks if I don't hear from them. I waited a couple of days. And I called again. I was on hold for 45 minutes so that I could make an appointment. Okay. The appointment that I finally got was 6 weeks away in January. Okay. And so that's where that's at. That was right in the middle. January 10th was the day that I've got this appointment, and it's right dead smack in the middle of the women's RTR, which is 4 hours from here. I have to remain here for this appointment. Anyway, so I'm not going to go to Quartzsite. I will not be at the WRTR or the RTR this year. I'm sorry. I am seriously sorry, because I was looking forward to that. I've been looking forward to that for months, okay? Okay. The second thing that happened on that Tuesday, on that very same Tuesday, because I started off the day with tires. It was after I came back from the tires that I was notified that my wife had passed. Anyway, so the tires. I went to Walmart to get the back tires, because the last time I went, 2 weeks before, I had gotten to front tires. They were out of stock. So this is Walmart, they were out of stock. They had 3 of them in the warehouse. 3. Strange number, okay? So they ordered them. So they, and they said they were going to send me an email or a text to let me know when they came in. And, and I haven't heard a word. This is over a month later. I haven't heard a word about those tires. So my current rear tires are over 10 years old. So every time I'm driving them, I'm taking a good chance that I'm not going to drive, those kind of distances without some decent tires, which makes sense, right? So I got to stay here. Well, I got to stay here anyway. I can't go to the RTR, so there's no driving. Anyway, the other thing that happened on that same Tuesday, after I heard about my wife, my late wife, is that I had an international travel opportunity. On that Tuesday, I got a call from my middle daughter. She lives in whatever country her job takes her to, and she stays in that country for 2 or 3 years, depending upon the contract. Okay, so she has traveled all over the world. She's lived in some incredibly remote places, and it's amazing, Anyway, and she's been doing it for years. She's almost getting close to retirement age, But anyway, she lives wherever her job takes her. So she asked me if I wanted to come live with her on the other side of the world. All expenses paid for the length of her stay there, which was 2.5 more years, 3 years. There were a bunch of fabulous side effects to me going instead of staying here out in the desert, which I love. But they are much too big for me to say, oh no, I don't want to do that. So I said yes. So it looks like I have to change the name of this of this channel from RV Adventures with Raven and Rowley to just Adventures with Raven and Rowley. Excuse me, I got a piece of hair on my nose. Thank you. Anyway, so I said yes. Sometimes an offer is just way too good to say no. And not even thinking about, what's the catch and all of that kind of, it's 100% benefit to me, okay, to go. So I won't be boondocking much longer, okay. The projected departure time is sometime in the middle of February to March, at the beginning of March. I'm going to stay on the East Coast for 2 or 3 weeks to see the kids, the grandkids, the great-grandkids, get my hair done, pick up on my oldest daughter and her friend who will be traveling with me to wherever it is I'm going. To tell you the truth, I've only seen my great-grandchildren, children. I only seen one of the 3 great-grands. And she was 6 months old at the time, and she is now 10. So it's time, The other 2 I haven't met, I haven't seen the grandchildren. I think I've seen the grandchildren 3, 4, maybe 5 times in their entire life, each. And so it's time I get to know these people. They're adults now, they can actually talk. Anyway, and then there's the dentist. This didn't happen on Tuesday, but this is another reason why I'm not going anywhere right this minute. I'm not getting out of this. I've been captured by the the desert, I've been totally captured by the desert. Anyway, there's the dentist. I had appointments on December 19th and January 2nd to get new dentures. Okay. I've been wearing these dentures for 20 years, probably. They're all cracked, everything. Anyhow, I figured I made the appointments so that I could get the dental work done, go to the RTR, go visit my land, go out into the world. Okay? That was my plan. I got going out into the world part down pat here, you know. Anyway, it turns out I needed 5 appointments to get my dentures. They didn't tell me that when I made that appointment 2.5 months ago, you know. So I've got one every Monday in January so that I can leave in February for the East Coast and then internationally. So no WRTR, no going to visit my land. I can't see my land before I go. I'm kind of sad about that, to tell you. It was almost depressing for a while for me. To just get in the car and drive to go down to see the land is a round trip of 18 hours. Can't do that on no tires. And the cost of gas, you know. So I was depressed, even though I smiled a lot in the videos. I was depressed. And now that I recognize it for, you know, I realized that I was. I didn't realize I was depressed. I just thought I was kind of sad. And during that time, I was regretting saying, yes, I will go travel the world. And, you know, I want to go live on an acre at homesteading with no money and no means, or live out in the desert, you know, which, you know, it's very romantic and it's very appealing, and I would love to do that. I really would. I mean, that's what I'm doing now, is I'm living out in the desert and I'm loving every minute of it, you know. But for my benefit, and it is for my benefit, I need to get up and go, because when I come back, then I can go live out on the land and homestead and get my chickens out there, or whatever animals I'm going to have, and do my gardening, whatever type it is, and have the means to sustain myself and to pay for what I need to have done. So it's only 3 years. My family lives, you know, low hundreds. You know, I got 20 more years. You know, I can give up 3 years to go or travel to the other side of the world and have some fun. You know, I'm sure it's going to be an adventure, because I haven't got a clue. You know, but you know, people are people. So I guess I'll be looking at new foods or new ways of eating the same stuff. You know, or all kinds of things. So it is an adventure, and I hope you continue with me, even though it's not going to be RV adventures or cargo trailer adventures or boondocking, but there will be hiking and all kinds of good stuff like that. So by the time I get back, that land will be paid off, okay, because it was a 3-year plan and I've already paid quite a bit of it. So when I do get back, as I said, I'll have enough saved. I can build right away. I can have sewer put in, that kind of stuff. I mean, I had planned to do it. I mean, I could see a way of doing that, of making a homestead on the cheapest. In fact, I'm sure I could do it on the cheapest, you know. But why do that when you don't have to, okay? So that's my New Year's surprise. Note that I'm going to take the RV off of RV Raven Adventures with Raven and Rowley. And this New Year is going to be something else for me. I hope you have some really good surprises for your New Year's too. I mean, because this is really wonderful. This is an opportunity that, you know, it's amazing. It's an amazing opportunity to just travel, you know. Anyway, I mean, basically, you know, when you stop and think about it, that's what I was trying to do out here. It's just I wanted to travel around the United States and see things, but I seem to have gotten stuck here. You know, it's just amazing. But maybe when I get back, I can travel. I'll get a reliable car and do the thing, take my trailer and go, you know, before I go sit on the land. Anyway, the Rowley report. I took Rowley to the vet this week, Wednesday. He needed his rabies booster and his shots for international travel. I got a crate for him. And his first trip is going to be from here to New Jersey and from there to someplace else. And the second one I'm kind of tense about because it's a 10-hour flight, 10-hour plus flight. So, and he's going to have to go in the cargo hold. So I'm trying to get him used to the box, and he actually likes this box. When I brought this thing in and put it together, he actually went in. You know, I put his bed inside. He went right in, laid down. You know, it was like he, you know, and his tail was like really going like, oh my God, you got me a box, my own box. It's very strange because I would have thought that having come from a shelter, having come from a hoarder's house, that he would be afraid of the box. He wouldn't want to go into it because he knew that things are going to change, you know, that kind of stuff. But he goes in and out of this crate. I just leave it here with the door open, and he sleeps in there sometimes, which is amazing. But I know that dogs have to have their own space, and he took to it, which is really, really good because I had visions of getting him into this box, shivering and scared half to death, trying to get onto a plane, you know. But anyway, he needed his shots, as I said. He's definitely overweight. He weighs 20 pounds. He should be 15 pounds. Yeah. I was feeding him what they said on the packages. I mean, I'm the one that's been saying, you know, overfeeding your dog, you're causing obesity, and your dog is animal abuse, and I'm overfeeding him. But I was feeding him what they said on the packages. The vet said, well, you know, they're trying to sell more food. They don't care. And they always say more than the animal is supposed to have. So it was actually just about twice as much as he was supposed to have I was feeding him per day. I was giving him 1/4 cup of the dry dog food and about 1/4 cup of the wet dog food, mixed it together, you know, that kind of thing. And she said he's supposed to have 1/2 cup to 3/4 cup of dry dog food per day. Yeah, I was definitely overfeeding him. No wonder he doesn't care for treats. He really doesn't care for treats, unless it's cheese or maybe bacon. You know, otherwise he doesn't care for treats. So he's on a diet now. I've been feeding him the same amount, the 1/4 cup of dry food, but I've cut the wet dog food down to about 1.5 ounces. She said to take it down slowly. So I did. He seems to be okay. He's not looking for something to eat. He's not raiding the garbage or anything. He's still not down to where he's supposed to be as far as how much food he's supposed to eat. But we're getting there. You know, it'll be okay. He'll be okay. You know, and that's a funny thing, because that's another thing that I was worried about traveling on the plane, is that, you know, what are we going to do with his food? You know, if he has dry dog food in the kennel, then he should be okay. If he's used to eating dry dog food by then, because he's not right now, you know. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share my videos so that the YouTube algorithm will notice me, okay? And also click the like button and the notification bell. And thanks for your support. See you next Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Take care of you and yours, and blessed be.